Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Today Journey. I'm so happy you are here today. If this is your first time listening, thank you for joining me. And if you listen to this podcast often, welcome back. This podcast is made especially for people who are learning English and want to get better at listening and speaking. Every episode is designed to help you practice English while learning about life, learning new things, growing as a person, and, of course, improving your English skills. Everything is explained in clear and simple English, so it is easy to understand and follow. Today, our topic is stop comparing yourself to others. This is something almost everyone does from time to time. We look at other people and think they are better than us in some way. Maybe we think they are more beautiful, more successful, richer, smarter, or better at speaking English than we are. When we do this, it makes us feel bad about ourselves. We may feel like we are not good enough, or like we will never reach their level. But thinking this way is not helpful at all. Comparing yourself to others hurts your mind, your feelings, and even your learning. It can make you feel sad, frustrated, and sometimes stop you from growing. This topic is especially important for English learners. When you are learning English, it is easy to look at others and think, they speak much better than me, or they learn faster than I do. These thoughts are very common, but they do not help you. In fact, they can make you feel tired, stressed, and unmotivated. When you feel this way, you might not want to study or practice English at all. This is why it is very important to understand why we compare ourselves to others and why it is better to focus on our own journey. In this episode, I will explain why we compare ourselves to others. I will show you why it is not good for your mind, your confidence, and your learning. Then I will share some practical tips on what you can do instead. I will also tell a short story that will help you feel stronger and more confident. The goal is to help you focus on your own progress, your own goals, and your own small steps forward. Learning English is not a race. Everyone has their own speed and their own way of learning. The only person you need to compare yourself to is yourself yesterday. Even listening to this podcast is already a step in the right direction. Just by paying attention, learning new ideas, and thinking about your own journey, you are already improving. You don't need to rush. You don't need to feel bad when someone else is better at English. Everyone starts somewhere, and everyone has small victories every day. By focusing on your progress, celebrating your wins, and taking small steps, you can slowly become better at English and also feel happier and more confident. Remember, your journey is unique. Your learning speed is unique. Comparing yourself to others will never help you grow faster. Instead, it can make you stop learning. So, in this episode, we will explore ways to stop comparing ourselves, find our own path, and enjoy the process of learning English. By the end, you will feel more confident, more motivated, and ready to take small steps forward. This is your journey, and it belongs to you. Learning English is exciting, and every step you take matters. Hello again. Take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy today's episode. Today, we're going to talk about something we all do, even if we do not always notice it. That is comparing ourselves to others. But what does that really mean? When you compare yourself to someone else, you are looking at them and then looking at yourself. You ask questions like, am I better than this person? Or am I worse? You look at their life, their skills, or their appearance, and then think about the things you do not have. This is something almost everyone does at different times in life. Let me give you some examples so you can understand it better. At school, maybe you see a student who always gets better grades than you. You might think, why am I not as smart as them? In sports, you might see someone who is very strong, fast, or skilled, and you think, I will never be like that. At work, maybe someone gets a promotion or earns more money, and you ask yourself, why not me? What is wrong with me? Even in appearance, people often compare themselves. You might see someone tall, attractive, or stylish and start thinking about your own face or body. These thoughts can make you feel sad or less confident. Social media often makes this worse. Online, you see pictures and videos of people who seem perfect. They have nice clothes, big smiles, happy families, expensive cars, or amazing trips. But most of the time, these images are not real. Many photos are edited, the smiles can be fake, and people usually show only the good parts of their lives, not the struggles or problems. Still, when we see these posts, it is easy to feel small or think, everyone else is living a better life than me. This problem also happens when we are learning English. Many learners compare their English to others and feel bad. Maybe you hear someone speak English very well and think, wow, their English is perfect. My English is terrible. Or maybe you watch a video where someone uses difficult words, speaks fluently, or has no mistakes, and you feel slow or less capable. You ask yourself, why can't I speak like them? But here's something important to remember. You cannot see the hard work they put in. You do not see how many mistakes they made while learning or how much time they spent practicing. You only see the final result, not their journey or effort. Comparison happens everywhere. It happens every day in school, at work, in sports, online, and even in English learning. It is very normal to notice these differences between yourself and others. But constantly comparing yourself can make you feel anxious, tired, sad, or unmotivated. You may even stop trying to improve because you feel like you can never reach that level. The good news is that this is something we can work on. By understanding why we compare ourselves and learning to focus on our own journey, we can start feeling better and more confident. Instead of asking, why am I not like them? We can ask, what small steps can I take today to improve myself? We can celebrate our own progress, no matter how small it seems. Everyone has their own speed and their own path. Your journey is yours, and it is enough to focus on your growth, not on someone else's life. We compare ourselves to others in many small and big ways. It can happen when we scroll on our phones, when we talk to friends, or even when we walk down the street. Sometimes, it feels like there is a quiet voice in our head saying, "You are not enough." This voice comes from fear of not being good enough, fear of not being loved, or fear of not being successful. But here's the important truth. This fear is not real. You are not less just because someone else is more. You are not slow just because someone else learns faster. You are not bad just because someone else seems better. You are you, and that is enough. Everyone has a different life, a different path, and a different timing. Just because someone seems ahead of you today does not mean they will always be ahead. And if you feel behind today, it does not mean you will always be behind. Life is not a race, and success is not measured by how fast you go or how others look compared to you. Comparing yourself sometimes is normal, but doing it too much can cause problems. When we compare ourselves constantly, it hurts us in many ways. It can steal our happiness and make us forget our own achievements. It can hide our progress and stop us from enjoying the things we already have. It takes away our focus and energy. When we are always looking at other people, we forget to look at ourselves. We forget our own goals, values, and journey. So, what can we do to stop this? The first step is to notice it happening. When you catch yourself thinking, they are better than me, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, why am I thinking this? Is this thought helping me? Is it really true? Most of the time, the answer is no. That person is just different from you, not better. Their life is not your life, and their success does not mean your failure. As we continue, I will explain more about how comparing yourself to others can hurt you. Later, I will share practical tips to stop comparing and start growing. The key idea is simple. This is your life, your journey, and your story. You do not need to be like anyone else. You only need to be yourself. Focusing on your own path will make you stronger, happier, and more confident. Now, let's talk about the negative effects of comparison. When we compare ourselves too much, we can feel sad, frustrated, or even hopeless. We may stop trying to improve or stop enjoying the small victories we already have. Comparison makes us focus on what we do not have instead of what we do have. It makes us forget our progress, and it can block us from reaching our goals. It can even make learning English feel harder because we are always thinking about how good someone else is instead of how far we have come. The good news is that we can change this habit. We can notice when we are comparing, understand why it is not helpful, and take steps to focus on our own growth. Little by little, we can learn to celebrate our progress, take pride in our effort, and enjoy our own journey. Remember, every small step forward is a victory. Life is about learning, growing, and being the best version of yourself, not being someone else. Your path is unique, and your success will come in your own time. Comparing yourself to others may seem like a small thing, but it can cause big problems in your life. It can make you feel sad inside and stop you from becoming the best version of yourself. Let's look at what happens when we compare too much. First, comparison brings sadness. When you see someone who has something you want, maybe nicer clothes, a bigger house, better skills, or better English, you might start thinking, I'm not good enough. Instead of feeling happy about what you already have, you only focus on what others have. You forget your own successes, your small wins, and your progress. This makes your heart feel heavy, and it can make your day feel dark and difficult. Second, comparison brings stress. You may think, I'm not doing enough. I'm not learning fast enough. This thought makes you feel pressure, like you have to run fast just to catch up with everyone else. You worry about the future and feel like you are always behind. This stress can affect your body and your mind. You might feel tired, restless, or even unable to sleep well. You may lose interest in the things you enjoy. Your mind can feel busy all the time because you are thinking too much about what you do not have or what you are not. Third, comparison can lower your self-confidence. When you think, they are better than me, I'm not smart, I'm not good at anything, you start to lose belief in yourself. Over time, these thoughts become stronger. You may stop trying new things, stop speaking in class, or avoid opportunities because you think you cannot succeed. You may even stop practicing English because you believe your English is not good enough, even if it actually is. The real problem is not your skills, it is your belief. You stop trusting yourself. Let me give you a simple example to show how this works. Imagine a woman named Sarah. Sarah is learning English. Every day, she studies, listens to podcasts, and practices speaking. She is trying hard and making progress. But one day, she hears another student speak very fluently. This student uses big words and speaks quickly. Sarah listens and suddenly feels small. She thinks, I will never speak like that. She feels sad and stressed. She asks herself, what is the point of learning if I will never be this good? After that, Sarah feels discouraged. She avoids practicing her English and stops trying to speak in class. She forgets how much she has already learned. She focuses only on what she has not yet achieved, instead of seeing the steps she has taken. Her confidence drops, and she begins to believe that she cannot improve. This is a common experience for many learners. Comparison makes you ignore your own journey. It makes you forget your own successes and abilities. It steals your happiness, your energy, and your motivation. The good news is that this can change. You can learn to notice when you are comparing yourself to others and remind yourself of your own progress. You can celebrate your small victories and focus on your own path instead of someone else's. Remember, everyone has a different journey and learns at a different speed. Feeling behind today does not mean you will always be behind. You only need to take one step at a time, trust your own effort, and believe in yourself. Your journey is unique, and every small step you take is important. Sarah loses her confidence. She stops speaking in class. She stops asking questions. She even thinks about giving up. But now ask yourself this. Did anything actually change in Sarah's skills? No. She was still learning. She was still improving. The truth is, nothing about her abilities changed at all. But because she compared herself to someone else, she felt bad. Her mind told her a lie. You're not good enough. And that lie stopped her progress. This is exactly what comparison does. It takes away your joy. It gives you unnecessary pain. It makes you forget your own path and focus on someone else's path instead. Imagine walking down your own road, but always looking at another person's road next to you. What happens? You trip. You fall. You lose your way. You forget where you were going because you are too busy watching someone else. Here is another story to help you understand. Meet Rafi, a young man who just started a new job. He works hard every day and is learning new things. One day, he sees a friend on social media. This friend has a better job, a nice car, and goes on holidays. Rafi starts to feel bad. He thinks, why am I so behind? He forgets that he just started his journey. He forgets that he is still learning and growing. His friend may have had help, started earlier, or worked in different conditions, but Rafi only sees the result, not the full story. Because of this comparison, Rafi feels stressed at work. He feels unmotivated and thinks, I will never reach that level. But that is not true. If Rafi keeps going, if he focuses on his own effort and progress, he can reach his goals. The problem is not his skills. It is the way he looks at himself compared to others. This is the danger of comparison. It blocks your growth. It slows you down. It hides your small wins and progress. You forget how far you have come. You forget to celebrate your own steps, even the tiny ones that matter. Everyone's life is different. Everyone starts at a different point. Everyone moves at a different speed. Life is not a race. Your value does not change just because someone else is doing better. In fact, you should be proud of your own journey. Even if you are not yet where you want to be, you are still moving forward. Every small step you take is progress. Every effort you make is a victory. That is something to celebrate every day. So, the next time you feel sad because someone seems ahead of you, stop. Take a deep breath. Remember that comparing yourself only hides your progress and makes you feel small. Instead, look at your own path, your own small wins, and your own effort. Your journey is special. Your steps are meaningful. And with each day, you are growing, learning, and moving closer to your goals. Focus on your road, not someone else's. Celebrate yourself, trust your journey, and keep moving forward. Progress is progress, no matter the speed. Comparison may feel normal, but it is a habit you can change. You can choose to believe in yourself, enjoy your own achievements, and keep learning. Every day, take small steps and remember, your path is yours, and that is something amazing. You are on your own path, and you are doing just fine. Now that we understand how comparing ourselves to others can hurt us, let's talk about what we can do instead. Here are some simple tips to help you stop comparing and start growing. 1. Focus on your own journey. Everyone has their own path. Everyone learns in a different way and at a different speed. Instead of looking at someone else, ask yourself, what are my goals? What progress have I made? What can I do today to move forward? Keep your eyes on your own road, not someone else's. Remember, your journey is unique, and small steps every day add up to big progress over time. 2. Celebrate your small wins. Every bit of progress matters. Did you learn a new word today? Did you listen to an English podcast? Did you speak English for even 1 minute? Celebrate these moments. Every step forward brings you closer to your goals. Don't wait for something big to feel proud. Your effort matters, and it is worth recognizing. 3. Use others as inspiration, not competition. It's okay to notice other people, but don't feel bad about yourself. Instead, ask, what can I learn from them? How can I use their example to grow? Let their success motivate and inspire you, not make you feel small. Everyone has their own story and their own struggles, so remember that what you see is not the whole picture. 4. Take breaks from social media. Social media often shows a perfect life, but it is not always real. People usually share only the good parts of their lives, not the hard work or mistakes behind it. If scrolling online makes you feel sad, insecure, or not good enough, take a break. Spend time doing things that make you feel strong, happy, and confident. Focus on your life, not a filtered version of someone else's life. 5. Talk kindly to yourself. When your mind says, "I'm not good enough. I'm too slow. I'll never be like them," stop and change the voice. Say instead, "I am doing my best. I am learning every day. I believe in myself." Treat yourself like a friend. Encourage yourself, celebrate your efforts, and be patient with your growth. Positive self-talk is a powerful tool to stop comparison and build confidence. 6. Remember how far you've come. Think about when you first started learning English. Now think about what you can do today that you couldn't do before. Maybe you can read a sentence, understand a podcast, or speak a few words confidently. That is progress. You are growing every day, even if it feels slow. Every effort you make counts, and every day is a new opportunity to improve. Keep going and don't give up. Final thoughts. Comparison is something we all do sometimes. It is normal to notice other people and their achievements. But if we do it too much, it can take away our happiness, make us feel stressed, and slow down our growth. Instead of focusing on what others have or how fast they're moving, focus on your own journey, your own wins, and your own progress. Life is not a race. Everyone learns at their own speed. Everyone has their own path. You are enough just as you are. You are learning. You are growing. And every small step you take matters. Celebrate your journey, trust your progress, and remember, your path is unique, and you are doing amazing. Keep moving forward, one step at a time, and believe in yourself. Instead of looking at others, look at yourself. See your own path. Trust your own process. Believe in your own strength. You are already doing something amazing. Just by listening to this podcast, you are learning and improving. That is progress, even if it feels small. Take a deep breath, smile, and say to yourself, "I'm doing my best, and that is enough." Repeat it when you feel doubtful or when comparisons start to creep into your mind. You don't have to be perfect. You only need to keep moving forward. Every small step, every effort you make counts. You deserve to feel proud of yourself for trying, learning, and growing. Remember, comparisons can steal your confidence and your happiness if you let them. But when you focus on your journey, your progress, and your effort, you start to feel stronger, calmer, and more confident. You begin to enjoy your learning, your achievements, and even the small victories along the way. You start to realize that your journey is special, unique, and important. In the next part of this episode, we will talk more about how to stop the habit of comparing yourself to others. We will explore what you can do instead, how to turn comparison into motivation, and how to stay focused on your own path with a happy and peaceful heart. But before that, let's understand why it is so important to stop comparing. It may sound simple, but this is a powerful idea. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you give yourself space to grow. You allow yourself to feel better inside. You can enjoy your life more fully. Everyone has a different journey, and that is something very important to remember. Every person's story is different. Some people start learning English as children, while others start as adults. Some live in English-speaking countries, while others hear English only at school or online. So when you compare your English with someone else's, you forget that your paths are not the same. Just because someone seems ahead of you does not mean you are behind. It only means that your road is different.
And that is okay.
People are different. We all come from different places. We have different families, education, jobs, and goals. Some people have more time to study. Others work long hours. Some may have teachers, tutors, or friends who help them practice, while you may be learning mostly on your own. Comparison makes you ignore these differences. It makes you feel like you are failing when actually you are simply moving at your own pace. The truth is, your progress is your progress. You are learning, growing, and improving in your own time. Your effort, persistence, and dedication matter more than anyone else's speed or success. So, stop looking at someone else's road. Look at your own. Celebrate your victories, your learning, and your steps forward. Focus on your goals, your skills, and your effort. Every day you take even a small step forward is a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. Life is not a race, and success is not measured by how fast others move. It is measured by your growth, your learning, and your persistence. Believe in yourself. Trust your path. Take pride in your effort. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward. You're doing something amazing, and that is something to celebrate. Comparison will never help you grow, but self-belief, patience, and focus will take you far. Some people study in the morning, others only study at night. Some have help from teachers, friends, or family, while others study alone. Some people are good at grammar, others are better at speaking or listening. That's completely normal. We are not robots. Humans are different, and that is part of life. Everyone has their own strengths and challenges. Here is a simple example. Imagine you plant a flower and a tree on the same day. The flower grows fast and blooms early. The tree grows slowly but becomes big and strong over time. Is the flower better than the tree?
No.
They're just different, and each grows in its own way. You are like that tree, growing in your own time and at your own pace. That is perfectly okay. It's important to look at your own progress. When you focus too much on others, you forget your own successes. But when you focus on yourself, you notice the small steps you take. And those small steps matter. For example, maybe last month you could only say a few sentences in English, but now you can speak for 2 or 3 minutes. That is progress. Maybe last week you learned 5 new words. That is success. Small steps may feel tiny, but they move you forward. Step by step, you grow. Another reason to stop comparing yourself to others is that comparison takes away your energy. When you spend time thinking about what others have or how fast they are learning, you lose focus on your own goals. Instead of practicing, you feel sad. Instead of studying, you scroll through social media. Instead of speaking, you feel like you are not good enough. But when you stop comparing, you get your energy back. You can use your time better. You study more, read more, and speak more. That is when real improvement happens. Let's go back to Sarah, our English learner. Remember, she felt sad after comparing herself to another student who spoke very fluently. But later, she made a decision. She said to herself, "I'm not that student. I am Sarah and I'm doing my best." She stopped worrying about others and focused on her own learning again. She watched videos, listened to podcasts, and practiced speaking every day, even if it was just for a few minutes. Day by day, she began to feel better. She started enjoying her learning again. She began noticing her progress. She could speak more, understand more, and remember more words. This shows that comparison does not help you grow. Focusing on yourself and your effort does. Every small step forward is progress. Every small achievement is a reason to feel proud. It does not matter how fast someone else is moving. What matters is that you are moving forward, learning, improving, and growing. Remember, your journey is unique. Your progress is important. Your effort matters more than anyone else's speed or success. Comparing yourself to others only takes away your happiness and your energy. When you focus on your own journey, your path becomes clearer. You start to feel confident, motivated, and proud of yourself. Every small step is a victory, and every day is a chance to grow. You don't need to rush or compete with anyone else. You only need to trust your process and keep going. Sarah believed in herself again, and she kept going. She didn't let comparison stop her. She didn't let it steal her time, her energy, or her joy. She focused on her own path and her own progress. And the result? Slowly but surely, she got better. She kept learning every day, celebrating small steps, and believing in herself. You can do the same. This is your journey, and only you can walk it. Go at your own speed. Be proud of your small achievements. Keep practicing, keep learning, and don't give up. Say it with me. I am doing my best. I am growing every day, and that is enough. Repeat this when you feel doubtful or when you start comparing yourself to others. It's a simple statement, but it can change your mindset. After a few weeks, Sarah's confidence started to grow. She could speak more clearly and understood more of what she heard. She felt happy again. She didn't become fluent overnight, but by focusing on her own learning instead of comparing herself to others, she improved steadily. This can happen for you too. When you stop comparing, you make space for your own growth. You feel lighter inside. You feel more positive. You enjoy learning, and most importantly, you start believing in yourself again. Always remember this. You are enough. You are already on your way. Every step you take counts. No one else can walk your path. Only you can take these steps. You don't need to be the best. You only need to keep moving forward. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Ask yourself, am I doing a little better today than I did yesterday? If the answer is yes, that is success. Progress is progress, no matter how small it seems. Now, what can you do instead of comparing yourself to others? When you stop comparing, you create space for better things in your life. More focus, more confidence, more peace, and more joy. Here are some simple and helpful tips that can make a big difference in your life and in your English learning journey. Tip 1. Focus on your own goals. Instead of thinking about what others are doing, think about what you want to achieve. Your goals can be small and personal. For example, you might say, I want to learn 10 new words this week, or I want to speak English for 5 minutes without stopping. Make your goal clear, make it specific to you, and make it about your own progress. Don't compare yourself to someone else or try to copy them. Your journey is yours, and your goals should reflect your own growth. By focusing on your own goals, you regain control over your learning. You stop worrying about others and start using your energy to improve yourself. You can measure your success by your effort, your progress, and your dedication, not by anyone else's speed or results. When you make this shift, learning becomes more enjoyable. You begin to notice your achievements, no matter how small. You feel motivated to keep practicing. You feel proud of the steps you take. And slowly, your confidence grows. You start to see that your journey is valuable and that your effort truly matters. Instead of saying, I want to be like that person who speaks perfect English, say, I want to speak a little more confidently this month. When you focus on your own goal, you don't have time to worry about others. You are busy walking your own path, and that is the best place to be. Tip 2. Celebrate small progress. Many people think they can only feel happy after reaching a big goal. But small progress is just as important. Maybe today you finally understood a grammar rule. Maybe you used a new word in a conversation. Maybe you practiced English for just 10 minutes. That is progress, and it deserves recognition. Celebrate it. Say to yourself, I'm proud of me. I did something today. You can even write your progress in a notebook. Later, when you feel tired, sad, or discouraged, you can read it and remember how far you've come. Small wins add up, and they give you energy to keep going. Tip 3. Limit your time on social media. Social media is one of the biggest reasons people compare themselves. You open your phone and see someone speaking fluent English, traveling, or showing a perfect life. It is easy to feel small when you compare yourself to what you see online. But remember, social media shows only part of the story. People share their successes, not their mistakes, their struggles, or the hard work behind the scenes. Comparing yourself to those filtered moments is unfair. You don't need to delete social media completely. Instead, spend less time on it. Check once a day instead of 10 times. Use the extra time to practice English, read a book, or relax. When you focus on yourself and your learning, your energy goes into your growth, not worry. You are already doing something amazing just by learning and improving. The next time you feel sad or discouraged because of comparison, stop, take a deep breath, remember your journey, and say to yourself, I am doing my best. I am growing, and that is enough. Tip 4. Practice gratitude. Gratitude means being thankful for what you have. It does not mean you have everything you want. It means choosing to notice the good in your life. Every day, try to think of 3 things you are grateful for. It could be your family, your health, your friends, or even small things like a sunny day, a good meal, or a kind word. Gratitude helps you focus on your life instead of comparing yourself to others. When you focus on what you have, your mind feels lighter, happier, and more peaceful. Gratitude also helps you see your own progress. When you are thankful for what you are learning and achieving, you start appreciating yourself more. You begin to notice your small steps forward, your improvements, and your effort. And when you celebrate your effort, comparison loses its power. You stop feeling small next to someone else. Instead, you feel motivated, confident, and proud. So, remember these tips. Focus on your own goals, celebrate small wins, limit social media, and practice gratitude. Your journey is yours alone. Your growth is your own. You don't need to be perfect or match anyone else. You only need to keep learning, keep moving forward, and believe in yourself. Every step you take matters. Every small improvement counts. You are doing something amazing simply by trying, learning, and growing every day. Tip 5. Remember your strengths.
You are not weak.
You are not less than others. You have your own talents and good qualities. Maybe you are kind, patient, or hardworking. Maybe you are good at helping others, listening, writing, cooking, or organizing things. You may not be perfect at English yet, but you are already strong in many ways. One helpful exercise is to write a list of the things you are good at. It can be small or big things, anything that makes you feel proud of yourself. When you feel sad or start comparing yourself to someone else, read your list. It will remind you, I am already enough. Yes, you can improve your English, but you don't need to feel small while doing it. You are already capable and valuable. Tip 6. Be patient. Learning takes time, and this is very important to remember. No one becomes fluent in a week or even a month. Learning English requires practice, effort, and time. Some days you will feel strong and confident. Other days you will feel tired, frustrated, or slow. That is completely normal. Just keep going. Be kind to yourself. Don't rush. Don't expect perfection. Do your best each day, and slowly, step by step, you will improve. One day, you will look back and say, wow, I've come so far. Let's go back to Sarah, our friend from earlier. She used to compare herself to others and feel sad. But then she started using the tips we discussed. She made small, personal goals. She wrote down her progress. She took breaks from social media. She practiced gratitude and thanked herself for trying. She remembered her strengths, like being kind, helpful, and hardworking. She was patient with herself and didn't expect perfection. Over time, Sarah started to feel happier. Her confidence grew. Her English improved. Most importantly, she began enjoying learning again. You can do the same. Start small. Pick 1 or 2 tips from this list and try them today. Maybe today you focus on celebrating small wins. Tomorrow, you remind yourself of your strengths. These small habits may feel tiny at first, but over time, they build strength, happiness, and focus. They help you pay attention to your own journey instead of comparing yourself to others. Final story, Armen's journey. Now, I want to share a short story about a young man named Armen. Armen lived in a small town and had a big dream. He wanted to speak English fluently. He knew it would not be easy. He didn't have many resources, and he saw other people speaking English very well. At first, Armen compared himself to them and felt discouraged. He thought, I will never be as good as they are. He felt small, frustrated, and unsure if he could succeed. But Armen made a choice. He decided to focus on his own journey. He set small goals for himself. He practiced a little every day. He celebrated even the tiniest progress. He reminded himself of his strengths and talents. He stayed patient and consistent, even when learning felt hard. Over time, Armen's confidence grew. His English improved steadily. He realized that his journey was his own, and comparing himself to others only slowed him down. By focusing on himself, Armen began enjoying the learning process, feeling proud of each step he took, and growing into the person he wanted to become. The lesson from Armen, Sarah, and your own journey is clear. Comparison takes away your joy, but focusing on your path brings growth, confidence, and happiness. Small steps, patience, gratitude, and remembering your strengths will guide you forward. Armen had a dream. He wanted to speak English fluently, get a better job, and travel the world one day. He lived in a small town and worked in a shop during the day. At night, he studied English on his own. He didn't go to a big school, and he didn't have a teacher. Instead, he used YouTube, podcasts, and free websites to learn. At first, Armen felt excited. Every new word he learned made him proud. Every small success felt like a victory. But later, he started watching videos of fluent English speakers. They spoke very fast, used big words, and seemed perfect. Armen also joined an English group on Facebook. People there posted videos of themselves speaking, and they all seemed better than him. That's when Armen began comparing himself to others. He thought, "Why is my English so bad? I work hard, but I still make mistakes." He felt small, frustrated, and discouraged. Learning stopped feeling fun. He even felt too shy to speak English, even when he was alone. Every time he saw someone doing better, his confidence went down. He began thinking, maybe I'll never be good enough. Then, one day, Armen was watching a video on YouTube. The speaker said something that stayed in his mind. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10.
Armen thought about it.
He realized that comparing himself to others was unfair. Maybe those people had started learning years ago. Maybe they had more help, more time, or more practice. He was just beginning, and he was on his own journey. Armen decided to make a small but powerful change. He took a notebook and wrote down one small English goal each week. Not to be the best, but to be better than yesterday. One week, his goal was to speak English for 2 minutes a day. Another week, he wanted to learn 10 new words and use them in sentences. Step by step, week by week, Armen began enjoying learning again. He stopped comparing himself to others. Instead, he focused on his own progress. He started noticing improvement. He could understand more. He could speak longer sentences. He felt proud of himself, even for small achievements. By focusing on his own journey, Armen's confidence grew. Learning became fun again. He realized that it wasn't about being perfect or being better than anyone else. It was about being a little better than he was yesterday. The lesson from Armen's story is clear. Comparison steals joy and confidence, but focusing on your own journey builds them. Every small goal, every tiny improvement, and every moment you try counts. You are allowed to start small. You are allowed to move at your own speed. The important thing is to keep going. Celebrate your progress, focus on your goals, and be patient with yourself. That is the way to grow, learn, and feel proud. Remember, your journey is yours alone. No one else can walk your path for you. Step by step, day by day, you can achieve your dreams, just like Armen did. Armen kept going. He practiced every day, slowly losing fear. He made new friends online and practiced speaking English with them. Each day, he felt stronger, more confident, and happier. He wasn't perfect, but he was growing. Most importantly, he felt free from comparison, free from pressure, and free to focus on his own journey. What Armen's story teaches us: comparing yourself to others can steal your happiness, but focusing on your own path brings peace and joy. You don't need to be like anyone else. You just need to be a better version of yourself, one step at a time. A message just for you. Before we finish today, I want to speak directly to you, the person listening right now. You are doing great.
Really?
You are learning English, you are trying, and you are improving. That is something to be very proud of. I know it's not always easy. Learning a new language takes time, patience, and courage. Some days you feel strong and confident. Other days you feel tired or unsure. That is normal. Everyone feels this way, even people who seem fluent or perfect. The truth is, you're doing something amazing. You are building a new skill and opening doors in your life. That takes real strength. It's easy to look at others and think, they are better than me. I'll never be like them.
But remember what we talked about today.
You don't have to be like anyone else. You just have to be yourself. And most importantly, you are enough, just as you are. Final words. Your progress matters. Every small step matters. Even if you only learn one new word today, that is a victory. Even if you only speak English for 1 minute, that is success. Every little effort you make brings you closer to your goal. Be kind to yourself. Don't speak harshly to yourself when you make mistakes. Mistakes are not failures. They are part of learning. They help you grow. Keep practicing one step at a time. Celebrate small wins. Focus on your own path. Remember your strengths. Be patient. Take breaks when you need them and always remind yourself, I am doing my best. I am growing every day. And that is enough. By following your own journey, you will feel happier, stronger, and more confident. You will enjoy learning more, and you will see yourself improving every day. Comparison may always appear sometimes, but now you know it doesn't have to control you. Your journey is yours alone, and it is valuable. So take a deep breath, smile, and say to yourself, I am enough. I am learning. I am growing. And I am proud of my effort. Keep moving forward, one small step at a time. You are doing amazing, and the best part is, you are just getting started. Every mistake you make is not a failure. Mistakes are the beginning of learning. They are a sign that you are trying, and trying is the most important thing. If you keep practicing day by day, you will get better. You will grow. One day, you will look back and feel proud of how far you've come. Focus on your own journey. Stay focused on your own path. You are walking your journey step by step at your own speed, and that is perfectly okay. There is no need to rush. Don't push yourself too hard. Just take one step today and then another step tomorrow. That is how real change happens, slowly, quietly, one day at a time. Keep your eyes on your own progress and let others walk their own path. Their journey is theirs. Your journey is yours. Celebrate your small wins. Remember your strengths. Be patient and kind to yourself. Every little effort you make, every new word you learn, every sentence you speak is a step forward. And every step forward is a success. Thank you so much for listening today. I am really happy you joined this episode of English Today Journey. I hope this episode helped you feel stronger, more hopeful, and more motivated. If you enjoyed it, I invite you to listen again next time. Each episode is here to support you, guide you, and grow with you. You are not alone. We are all learning together, step by step. So keep believing in yourself.
Keep going.
Never forget that your journey is special. Your progress is real. Even if it feels small, every step counts. Keep learning, stay kind to yourself, and remember, you are enough just as you are. You are doing your best, and that is already something amazing. Take a deep breath, smile, and say to yourself, I am growing every day. I am learning. I am proud of my effort. And that is enough. Keep moving forward, one step at a time.
Your journey is unique.
Your path is yours alone. And no matter what happens, you can do this. You've got this. Remember, learning English or learning anything new is not a race. It is your journey. Step by step, you will improve. Step by step, you will succeed. Keep going, be patient, and celebrate yourself along the way. Each small step, each little effort, adds up to something wonderful. You're already doing amazing. Keep moving forward, and never forget, your journey matters, your progress matters, and you matter.